Hello and welcome to Maverick FPL. The new season is upon us. The game is about to launch. It's down for the update. So let's quickly run through some of the changes and the exciting features that they have added to this year's edition of the game. And there are some real talking points here. We're starting off with something that the community has been wanting for a very long time, and that is defensive contribution points. Now, it's horrible when your defender loses their clean sheet in the 89th minute, but now all of your players will be benefiting from this. When players make blocks, clearances, interceptions, tackles, or recoveries, ball recoveries, they will be counted up, and when defenders get to 10, they will get 2 points. And when midfielders get to 12 or forwards get to 12, they will also get 2 points. That's the max that they'll get in a game. So, there's no Moises Caicedo or Declan Rice cheat codes in the game, but those players are now being options. Because of this, they will get lots of those in the game. They'll get the 2 points. They'll get the 2 points for playing, etc., etc. They might get a clean sheet points. That's already 5 points. If they keep a clean sheet and they get all that good stuff. If they go on and score, you're looking at a mega haul for players. And it's just widening the range of players that we can own. Now we can own a Moises Caicedo, a Casemiro, a Declan Rice, an Enzo Fernandez. It's widening the pool. It's giving them more things to look for. Because, your typical midfielders that you own, your Salahs, your Fodens, your Sakas, they maybe don't get those points like these guys would. The big scorers from that would have been Tarkowski, a central defender. Central defenders now as well. They don't always have that attacking threat unless it's maybe set pieces, but now they will benefit from these. They'll get the additional 2 points. James Tarkowski, Everton defender, in case you don't know, would have got an additional 44 points. Moises Caicedo would have got 42, and Murillo from Nottingham Forest would have got 38. So they would have been the big winners there. The next change, a little bit divisive, but not even the most divisive one. 2 chips of everything. So we're getting 2 free hits, 2 bench boosts, 2 triple captains, and the stock standard 2 wild cards. So you'll have 1 of each chip to play in the first half of the season, and 1 of each chip to play in the second half, that being game week 20 and onwards. I think it's played or lose it. You can't stock them up. They are only available for the first 19 weeks. Let me just make sure my computer doesn't go off. So yes, very divisive, because typically you would save these chips for double game weeks or blank weeks that only occur in the second half of the season, mostly due to like the FA Cup or League Cup and stuff like that. But now, people have been talking about a long time, bench boost game week 1. Is that an option? Could you just do that? Triple captain game week 1. You can't free hit game week 1, you can't wildcard game week 1, but bench boost game week 1 or game week 2, if you stock up real right, maybe the game week 1 fixtures don't look quite right, you could free hit later as well. And that's just going to be interesting. Third change. I think there'll be time codes in the description, I don't know, because this is just me talking. Third change, the assist rules have been updated. Now, the way they're changing the rules would have meant 41 more assists last season. So there's a couple of notes here. Number 1, intended destination. No longer matters if the goal scorer receives the ball inside the box. So even if I wasn't aiming for you, if I pass to you and it takes a slight deflection and it gets to you and you're in the box and you score, I get the assist. However, if the defender has a loose pass in the box, or they perform an action and not just deflected slightly, it won't be an assist. Number 2, for passes outside the box, the old rules still apply. So even if I pass to you, you have to be the intended target if you're scoring from outside the box. And if you receive the ball outside the box and go in the box, the old rules still apply, because you receive the ball outside. It's where you're receiving the ball that they're really focusing on, and that's really beneficial. 3, if a pass takes 2 or more defensive touches before reaching the goal scorer, no assist is given. So if it takes 2 deflections, or it's 2 passes or something, no assist will be given to the goal scorer. Number 5, the forced element is removed from the handball rule. Assists now count even if the handball wasn't forced. So if I pass, even if it's not like I crossed it and it hit your arm, if you handball it and I kicked it towards you, I'm getting the assist, because it'll be a penalty. So it's the same thing as before. Whoever wins the penalty or something will get the assist. And now the handball, even if it's not forced, I'm still getting it. Even if it's like a cross into the box and you went up with your arm instead of your head. Because that happens sometimes. Alright. just a couple more changes, and then we'll get onto some price reveals. There were 4 price reveals yesterday. All right. Now this next one is the most controversial change that they have made. They are giving us AFCON transfers. What that means is game week 16, they will be topping us up to 5 free transfers. So remember last season, they changed the rule that you can now stock up to 5. You could roll up to 5. Now they are going to give us effectively 4. If you've only had 1 free transfer, they're going to give us 4. Now, this is good and this is bad. If you've stocked up 3 or 4, they're only giving you 1 or 2. So it does encourage you to kind of use your transfers because you're going to get those 4. And it's to deal with AFCON. Now, there is lists going around of all the players that will be likely picked for AFCON from the Premier League teams. But in terms of FPL assets that we've traditionally owned, there's only maybe like 8 to 10 players. If you're going to own 5 of them, that's up to you. But I think what a lot of the internet community, I haven't seen much else outside of that, I'm on Twitter, has complained about is it's taking away from the planning. Because I think they'll think, well, a lot of people who maybe don't look ahead or don't follow this kind of stuff will wake up one day, they'll have 6 AFCON players and 1 free transfer, and they'll have to take some hits because they didn't plan properly. Yes and no. AFCON only comes around every 4 years or so. I don't know, maybe 2 years. I'm South African, I should know this, but I didn't check. It feels like it's every 4 years because it's like it's like the Euros, every 4 years. So I don't agree with that completely. It's just for the season. It won't be there next season. And it just means we can plan in a different way. We can take more short-term punts. We can keep the AFCON players for longer because sometimes we'd sell them in advance to bring in other players and just hope that they don't do well until they leave. And remember, you don't have to use those 5 free transfers. Once you've got them, you make 1 or 2 in game week 15. You've got the rest. You've just been given 4 free transfers. You don't have to use them for AFCON players, to my knowledge. All right, final players to watch. Final change, not players to watch. Final change was they changed the way the bonus point system worked. They made some slight tweaks. This is only seems to be towards penalties. You're getting less BPS for penalties scored, forwards and midfielders and defend. I don't think the defenders are changing, but forwards and midfielders, they're getting less bonus points, in that bonus points index. And I think this is just to kind of eliminate, Salah last season wouldn't have the greatest game in terms of contributions, but would score a penalty and get 3 bonus points, and you'd be like, what the heck? Goal line clearances, because there weren't many, they are now 9 BPS, up 3 from last year. Penalty goals, it's 12 BPS for all positions now, as opposed to the 24. Tackles, it's 2 BPS per 1 tackle, which has just been simplified. That's about the major changes, I think. Yeah, that's about the major changes. Just kind of nerfing penalties a bit and giving the defenders more points. So central defenders could be something really to look at this year with the defensive contributions, because they'd probably get them more than fullbacks, and the changes to the BPS. They could be bonus points magnets. So your Salibas, your Gabriels, your Van Dijks, your Tarkovskis, looking at good stuff. Now, the Premier League, the official Premier League Fantasy, they opened up a WhatsApp channel and they revealed 4 player prices yesterday. So we're going to go through them and we're going to talk about them. The first one, as voted by the community, they gave a bunch of options, was Jordan Pickford. I'm joking. It was Alexander Isak. They started with the forwards. Erling Haaland wasn't an option before you ask. So it was Isak, it was João Pedro, which was, I think, the second option. Mateta, I don't think Darwin Núñez, it was Chris Wood, Ollie Watkins, they were there as well. But the community voted for Alexander Isak. 10.5 million. Now, he was the second top scorer of the Premier League, so being bumped up to a bit of a premium asset does make a lot of sense. He does deserve their price rise. It's probably a bit 0.5 more than people expected, but it seems about right, particularly with the changes to the bonus points. I mean, he's staying at Newcastle. It would have been cool if he went to Liverpool, but they've just signed Hugo Ekitike. I think that's how you pronounce the name. I'm going to butcher footballers' names. I apologize. I butcher lots of names. So, yeah, I think that's about fair. And then they went to goalkeepers. And I said earlier, Jordan Pickford was the one that people voted for. Matt Sells was there. James Trafford was there. His price is going to be interesting ahead of a potential move to Man City. Now, this is also the problem. The game launches like 30 days, 40 days or something before the season starts. I think it's a bit closer this year. And transfers still happen after the game launches, so you could get some real steals. If James Trafford is priced like a Burnley goalkeeper at like 4.5 million or 4 million, and he moves to Man City and he's their number one, that's going to be a real cheat code. But we will wait to see about that. But Jordan Pickford, the top scoring goalkeeper from the last 2 seasons, people are mad about this, but 5.5 million does seem fair. He's the top point scoring goalkeeper. He should get a decent price rise. I think it's fair, but people aren't going to pay that for Jordan Pickford, I'm afraid to say. So it's a fair price. He should get it. People won't pay it. Maybe there will be some diehard Evertonian fans, but if Everton defenders like Tarkovsky come in at 4.5 million, you'd probably look there. So we shall see. Next was defenders, and there were a couple of options. There was Van Dijk, there was William Saliba, but the community voted for Rayan Aït-Nouri, the new Man City left back, we assume. Now, Man City defenders are always tricky because of Pep Roulette. Pep loves to not pick the same team week in and week out. So if Ait-Nouri's minutes are nailed, 6 million doesn't seem that bad. Remember, there's no Trent. He's moved to Real Madrid, in case you missed that. So we're missing that really premium defender. So 6 million for the Man City left wing back or left back. When we know how good his attacking abilities are, if he gets nailed minutes, the clean sheets come in, the attacking returns come in, could be a very good option for just the 6 million. And then finally, the midfielders. It wasn't Mo Salah. He wasn't an option. There was Bruno Fernandes. There was Cole Palmer. But the community voted for Florian Wirtz. And this is probably the most controversial price. 8.5 million for Florian Wirtz. Now, when Haaland came into the game as a centre forward for Man City, he was 11.5. I think when Havertz came in, he was about 9. So this seems about right. Remember, we don't know what he's going to play. And remember, we're looking at maybe the attacking returns of Dominic Szoboszlai from last year, who's probably played in his position. That's probably the position Wirtz is going to take in the Liverpool attack. He's a midfielder, so is Salah. Likely so is Diaz. Interesting. 8.5 million. That is a talking point. And it's the final talking point. Let me know what you think about these changes, about the prices that they have revealed. The game is down, updating. It could be out now. Go and check. Go get your low ID. Go get your team registered and go have some fun playing drafts. We're going to launch a couple more videos on this channel before the start of the season. I really want to make this channel work. We've done some shorts reacting to the changes. We did shorts last season, but it kind of fell off. Have a look. Let me know what you think down in the comments below.